Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BPW Wrestling Hustle, Loyalty and Respect. Right now, Kenneth, he is in the ring. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. I am the most longest running intercontinental champion. So, tonight on BPW First Pay-Per-View Hustle, Loyalty and Respect, I'm having an open challenge for my Intercontinental Championship. So if you brave, if you bold, come out here if you think you can take this championship away from me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a shock. It look like Kenneth's daughter is coming to the ring to challenge him for his Intercontinental Championship. And Kenneth is in shock. He can't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, Virgil, the referee, is holding up the Intercontinental Championship. And it look like these two is finna face each other for the Intercontinental Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, both of them are locking up. Nefertiti and Kenneth, both of them are locking up. And then it look like Kenneth, he's twisting Nefertiti left arm. And it look like Nefertiti, she did a reverse and she grabbed Kenneth by his right arm. And then Nefertiti grabbed Kenneth and she threw him to the right ring ropes. And then she do a reversal. And then she throws Kenneth to the left ring ropes. And then Nefertiti, she do a right kick to Kenneth. And Kenneth fall down to the mat. It look like Nefertiti got Kenneth in the neck hold. With Kenneth tap out. When he tap out to Nefertiti submission. But somehow Kenneth made it up to his feet. And it looked like he trying to get out of Nefertiti neck hold submission. And then Kenneth pushed her to the ring post in the corner. And then Kenneth, he picks up Nefertiti and then he do a body slam. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Kenneth finna go for the pin. And it look like the referee finna get ready to count. 1, 2 counts. And it look like Kenneth is picking up his daughter Nefertiti off of the mat. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Nefertiti, she punched Kenneth with a right hand to the head. And she punched him with another right hand to the head. And then Kenneth punched Nefertiti with a right hand. And he punched him with another right hand to the head. Then, ladies and gentlemen, it looked like Nefertiti has caught Kenneth by his right arm. And then it looked like she finna get ready to trip him up. And then she throws him to the mat. And it looked like Kenneth hit his back hard to the mat. And then Nefertiti picks up Kenneth off of the mat. And then she do a DDT, a DDT, a DDT to Kenneth. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Nefertiti finna climb on top of the ring post. And then from the ring ropes, she do a frog splash on top of Kenneth. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Nefertiti, she finna go for the pin. And a referee look like he's finna get ready to count 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match and the new intercontinental champion, Nefertiti. Ladies and gentlemen, she has defeated her father, Kenneth, for the intercontinental championship. I'm proud of you, Nefertiti. You showed me what you can do, and you did a great job defeating me and becoming the new intercontinental champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make an announcement in front of my wife and my daughter, and also the BPW universe. This match is my very last match. I've been in this business for a very long time. I want to enjoy life. I want to explore new things. Now, I pass on the torch to my one and only daughter, Nefertiti. And she will be a great person from my bloodline to carry my name on. I'm very surprised this was Kenneth's very last match on BPW Wrestling. And also, him and his daughter had an epic match. Now, as we head to the future, we have somebody new from Kenneth's bloodline to carry on his name and his legacy. Stay tuned for some more action on BPW Wrestling, Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BPW Wrestling. Now we are at our women ladder match. As you know, whoever climbs that ladder and grab the women championship will become the new women champion of BPW Wrestling. As you see, there's 5 women in the ring. Storm, Mercedes, Jade Cargill, Bianca Blair, and Naomi. These women will compete to grab that women championship. Who will win? it looked like Storm and Mercedes, they're both locking up. And it looked like Naomi is punching Jade to the midsection. She punching her to the stomach. And also, Bianca Blair is punching Jade with a right hand. She punched her with another right hand. Then it looks like Bianca Blair clothesline Jade. And now it looks like Naomi, she trying to bring a ladder inside of the ring. It looked like Naomi and Bianca is trying to pick up Jade Cargill and throw her on the ladder. And then both women do a backward suplex to Jade Cargill on the ladder. And then it looked like Sasha Banks, she's climbing the ring ropes. And ladies and gentlemen, she do a frog splash on all three women. And then Jade, she clotheslined Naomi and Bianca. And now she looks towards Storm. And then Jade punched Storm with a right hand. And she punched her with another right hand. And then Storm counter. She kicks her to the midsection with a left knee. And then Storm, she do a lightning uppercut to Jade. And Jade falls down to the mat. And it looked like Naomi and it looked like Bianca Blair and Sasha Banks. And it looked like they trying to climb up to catch the Women's World Championship. But Storm isn't going to let that happen. I call for the winds of the earth. The ladder has failed. So all three women has fell off the ladder. Now it looks like Jade Cargill finna do a jaded on Storm. And then she hit Storm head to the ladder with a jaded. And then Mercedes, she do a right knee to Jade. Now Bianca Blair, she picks up Jade Cargill. And now she slams to the ladder. She slams Jade Cargill to the ladder. And now Naomi, she grabs Bianca Blair. And then Naomi, she grabs Bianca Blair. Then she do a German suplex. And she falls down to the mat. I call upon the winds of the universe to come assist me. Ladies and gentlemen, it looked like Storm had used her wind powers to throw Monet out of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, it looked like she's doing the same thing to Bianca Blair. And Bianca Blair fall on the hood of the car. Now, Jade Cargill has put up the ladder. It looked like she trying to catch the women championship, but it looked like Storm has trying to climb up the ladder as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it look like both women on top of the ladder. And then Jade, she punched Storm with a right hand. She punched her with another right hand to the head. And then Storm used her wind powers to knock Jade Cargill off of the ladder. And then she falls out of the ring. The winner of this match and the very first BPW Women World Champion, Storm.